There goes that man.
There goes that man.
It's Hit Sticks here from the Star in Frisco on DallasCowboys.com. And man, do we have a treat for you. It's Halloween coming up, but the treat's coming early because we have a former Bill Belichick disciple. We have a guy who played defense in the NFL. How do the Cowboys stop the Patriots in Week 6 right here on Hit Sticks? Unique challenges await the Cowboys here in Week 6 of the NFL season. The Patriots bring a big-time front seven against a run game that's had a ton of success the last couple weeks. But I want to show you one level especially is going to have some success on Sunday, and that is that second level right up here. Now, they're all up toward the line of scrimmage right now. Barry Church, defensive coordinator, putting in some work. But Isaiah, it's going to be a tough task getting Zeke and Pollard going.
Yeah, this is going to be probably our greatest challenge to date in terms of trying to continue with our success on the ground game. These boys are big up front. They're big and they're stout, and they're obviously well coached with probably the greatest coach of all time, Bill Belichick, staying in their ear. These guys, I've been out there before. I played underneath the Coach Belichick, so I know how disciplined these guys are. They're going to be informed and coached to play their gaps. They have the big boys up front, so they have the size, they have the strength. And they're going to be in their gaps. These guys are going to be very disciplined. So we're going to be challenged in terms of our ability to be able to move these guys off the ball and hopefully work up to the second level and continue our success on the ground. But it's not going to be easy.
And one guy that the Cowboys have got to make sure that they get blockers on, and that's Matt Judon over there on the right side. You see him with the red sleeves right there. That guy is official when it comes to the run, when it comes to passing. This guy gets after it, so they're going to have to make sure they get hands on him. And you know, as a defensive coordinator, Bill Belichick, he's going to try to take one thing away from you guys. And I feel like he's going to try to take away that run since it's been so powerful for this offense this part of the season. He's going to try to take that run away, force Dak Prescott to win with his arm, and we'll see if he can get it done.
All right, so here we go. We're coming out in 12 personnel. We obviously have Jarwin and we have Schultz over here on the right side, and I have Coop and CD over here on the back side. All right, we're trying to flood one side and try to get as many guys away from our strong side as possible to give ourselves an edge. Boom, give a little motion. Bam. Get up this second level. And as you guys see right there, this is going to be a dogfight in the trenches. I want you guys to pay close attention again to the right side, okay? Barry, you got your boy over there.
Yes,
all right, you got your boy number 9. Okay, he's a problem. He's the guy that we're going to have to control because he wants to set the edge. So he's always going to be outside our in-men on the line of scrimmage. So it doesn't matter if it's going to be Terrence Steele. It doesn't matter if it's Jarwin, Schultz. He's going to be outside that guy because his job is to contain. He wants to force everything and push everything back inside. So as we snap the ball here, boom. All right, we're coming up. You see Schultz with the kick out, trying to get a kick out, and that is the challenge he's going to have. Boom, that's the challenge he's going to have right there. Let me go ahead and try to pop out there. I'm going to run it back a little bit more. Boom. As you see Schultz try to get up, if I can get my guy on here, bam. Okay, boom. That works. All right, if you see Schultz here, try to work up to the next level here. That is what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to kick him out, but his challenge is going to be trying to stay on that block. And you see number 9, Judah, he does a good job of shedding that block, forcing everything back up inside. Boom. He does a good job there. Obviously, doesn't make the tackle, but we're going to have to play within the tackle box this game. It's going to be very difficult to get outside. Hopefully, with the two-headed monster we have, we can figure out a way.
So now the Patriots are on the offensive side of the football. Rookie quarterback Mac Jones is looking like a future franchise quarterback for the Patriots. He's only the 3rd rookie to start at quarterback since Drew Bledsoe back in 1993. So you kind of got to look at him as a potential problem. But really the weapons on that side of the football lie with the tight ends. I mean, they have 3 guys that Isaiah is going to look at here as deep threats because the Cowboys give up the big play on multiple occasions. We'll tell you what they can do later on in the red zone, but Isaiah, they can definitely get behind the defense.
Yeah, and it's very tricky because, being that they're tight ends, you think that they're going to try to play underneath, they're going to try to run underneath routes, but they invested a lot of money into these guys in the offseason, Henry and Smith. They both got big boy contracts.
Yes, they did.
And these are 2 of the most dominant tight ends in the league. So they're going to utilize those guys not only in the running game, but also when they need to take their shots. So they're going to put stress on those safeties. safeties, we're going to have to be very disciplined. Not only will they have to be aggressive, be able to play up into the line of scrimmage to prevent the run, but we can't let those guys sneak behind us either, BC.
Yeah, they can't let them sneak us behind it. And right now, the Patriots, they might not have a great deep threat as far as the wide receivers are concerned, but like you said, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, they've been coming along of late these past couple of days, and they see these guys as multiple weapons out there. They can use them in the short game, they can use them in intermediate and the deep as well. So like you said, we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's as the safeties back there to make sure nothing gets behind us. So right now, to prevent this big play, I got an umbrella coverage going on right now. I got cover 4, and cover 4 is basically quarters on each side. The corner on the left side got the quarter, then the safety got a quarter, and on the same side on the other side as well. So for me, I got this quarter coverage going on there. Hopefully, we're able to stay on top of these guys and prevent a big play, because we know this defense has given up big plays in the past, and we can't give them a cheap touchdown over here. We got to make them earn it. Got to make Mac Jones earn it out there. So let's see what this Cowboys defense can do.
All right, let's see what we got. You also have 3 tight ends to the right. I got Nelson Aguilar on the backside trying to get man to man. Here we go. Oh!
Big play by Diggs right there.
There goes that man.
There goes that man. I mean, he played that perfectly. If we go back here and take a look at it, I'm going to go ahead and go right to Diggs from the jump. I'm going to go right to Diggs. Oh, if I can get it there. Okay, there we go. And right now, Diggs is in cover 4. He has that quarterback side, like we've said earlier in this thing. And look at the vision right now. He's all quarterback vision. I mean, this is cover 4. It's not man-to-man, so he's not eyeing these tight ends. He's got his vision on the quarterback. And as we snap the ball, we see him get into his quarter. He ends up getting the second dangerous receiver who's going up the field that way. And here he is. He plays the ball
just like
last week. He plays the ball as good as any corner in the National Football League. He's had 6 interceptions in 5 weeks.
So we saw some of the challenges that this Patriots defense will have on the defensive side of the football, looking at the run game and the front 7 and just how big they are. But in the passing game, Dak Prescott's had a lot of success through the first 5 weeks of the year, despite Amari Cooper being a little banged up with a rib issue, a hamstring issue. He's been able to fight through it, but now he has a challenge with J.C. Jackson on the other side, an individual who has 2 interceptions this year, had 9 a year ago in Barry Church. He may try and lock down Amari Cooper at times.
Yeah, he's going to definitely try to lock him down. I think he'll be traveling with Cooper come this game. And look, J.C. Jackson is one of the best corners in the National Football League. Like you said, when it comes to taking the ball away, also in press coverage. So as a defensive coordinator, I got him pressed up over here, slight inside leverage against Amari Cooper right there, and that's why I think they're going to play him. But this guy's great when getting his hands on guys, disrupting routes, making sure that timing and chemistry is off between the quarterback and the wide receiver. He does a great job at that. And the best thing I love about him, he's a fighter. He's a fighter. No matter what's going on, he's always going to make that catch. If you do make it, he's going to make it contested. This guy is one of the best corners in the National Football League. This should be a great matchup to watch.
Yeah, this is going to be a challenge for Coop. It might be one of the more difficult ones he faces, simply because of the intellect of Coach Belichick and how he knows how to eliminate a guy from the scheme. As you see here, we're coming out in the 3-by-1, 3 guys to the left side, 1 guy to the right. But where's the safety at? Even though there's 3 guys to the left, the safety is still favoring our number 1. And you see the inside technique by the defensive coordinator here, Mr. Barry Church. He's going to try to force Cooper to be on the outside. All right, but as we talk about the size of the New England Patriots, these guys, because of their size, they don't move well in terms of space. They don't get out to their hook drops and their zone coverages as well. So if they're going to eliminate us from getting inside, okay, and then they really don't want us to go outside because of that safety help over the top, Coop's going to have to work ultra hard on his releases to get inside technique. We're going to have to try to work the middle of that field. So let's see what happens here.
Still was able to get that's what he can do. That is exactly what he can do. We talked about it earlier. He's one of the best at taking the football away. That was huge right there. That was huge.
Yeah, that was a problem. We're going to take a look at it. Obviously, Dak barely got the ball off against this pretty solid front 7. Coop made the catch, but, as we've done the last few games, we put the ball on the ground. And this is one thing that we can't do. So as we go ahead and widen out, let's take a look here as Coop's a matchup. Let's take a look and see how his release was. Right off the back, boom, snap the ball. He gets inside leverage. Boom, that's number 1. So he does a great job of getting inside. Look at the hand fight right here. Boom, does a nice little swipe. Not the swipe that we're used to seeing, but it's a different type of swipe. Bam, gets his hands off him, establishes inside leverage. This is where he wants to be at. Boom, now we can work the inside of the field. Now he has all the routes that he wants. With that safety over the top now, he has to work his way on this route. Boom, he stays inside. Boom, puts his foot in the ground, creates a separation. Make sure that you come flat. You see his eyes getting back to the quarterback here. Boom, as soon as he sees that, again, what do we have to get beyond? We have to get beyond that second level. Okay, we're handling that. You see McCourty running across right there. Dak sees him, has some pressure in his face right there, 53. Boom, hits him. Dak, being the strong man he is, throws the ball. Nice grab. Now what? Now we have to turn, try to get vertical. But, BC, what happens here?
Oh, right there was a great job by J.C. Jackson. One, not giving up on the play. We talked about it earlier. He's being a fighter. He's going to fight till the down is over. And as you see right there, he goes straight for the football. I mean, this guy is a ball magnet out there. Cooper had the ball a little loose right there. He didn't have it high and tight as he was stumbling to get upfield. J.C. Jackson took advantage of it. Pure rip right there. The ball is flying out. And then you got the Patriots running to the football, and they were able to get a turnover. That's huge. We cannot see that come Sunday.
So we saw the deep threat ability of the tight ends earlier in the episode, but now we go to the red zone where Hunter Henry has had 2 straight games with a touchdown. He's the highest paid tight end, but guess what? He's not the only tight end, not only on the roster, but on the field. Bill Belichick's going to pull out some things, and he might even pull out a 14 personnel look. Isaiah, hey, you played for the man. You know him. Why can this work in the red zone?
This is dangerous simply because of the fact it gives you the ability to run the ball effectively because you have the size to move people off the ball. But also, what do you do on the defensive side of things, BC? I know we have a big nickel, formation or whatever you want to call it, but how do you approach this?
I mean, this is the rare 14 personnel. I don't think in my 9 years playing I've ever seen a 14 personnel come out. But Bill Belichick will do something like that. He'll throw some things that'll catch you off guard. So right now, I'm in a cover 6 because if we go man to man with all these crossers and all this stuff, I just don't think this defense will last up pretty good, especially in this red zone. Things happen quick. So I'm going into cover 6, which is cover 2 to the left side, cover 4 to the right side, and hopefully we can pass off some of these crossers as they go. But a 14 personnel, I mean, that's dangerous because like you said, the running game is alive, the crossing routes are alive, a lot of things to defend right here. Whew, let's see if these Cowboys can do something with it.
Let's go. Wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here you go.
Oh, get a tackle. All right. We live to fight another day. So
obviously, KY just talked about how Henry has done a great job the last few weeks in terms of in the red zone getting touchdowns. And here he is again trying to get another one against our boys, but BC does a great job. Now, you just talked to the fact that, all these crossers and how you're trying to prevent that. And you don't want to play man-to-man because of all the pick routes, right? Guys are going to get picked off. It's almost impossible to play man coverage down here in the red zone when everybody's crossing and running out to the opposite side of the field. So with these 4 guys up here, okay, you see guys right off the bat crossing. Boom, boom, boom. How important is it, BC, for communication to take place when all these guys are going all over the place? It's almost like a scramble drill.
You got to communicate well, and that's going to be up to the linebackers and the safeties to make sure they get everybody on the same page. Because as you see right here, if you're not communicating pre-snap, guys are bumping into each other left and right, and guys become wide open in that situation. So these guys are doing a great job. Parsons, Keanu Neal in the middle right there, communicating, making sure the defense is all on the same page, and be ready for these pass-offs. So you got to be out there as a linebacker saying, alert the crosser, alert this, alert that, to make sure we're all on the same page. You see a great pass off there between Keanu Neal and Parsons, and Keanu Neal right here is just not able to make the tackle, but that we're in zone, everybody's rallied to it, and we live to fight another day.
So a couple big plays from Barry Church means we're giving out another copy of Madden NFL 22. I love giving out free copies of Madden. Everybody gets to experience the game at a whole new level, and of course, you get to look at hit sticks a little bit more as well. So our fan question today comes from Ralph Todd. He asks about how New England, and you know this from playing with Bill Belichick, they are notorious for using the rub routes and crissing and crossing. We just saw it with a lot of the tight ends, but Barry, especially when you get receivers involved, is there a specific way where you can slow that down?
The key to all that, the key to scrubbing out all those rub routes and shallow routes is communication. You guys have got to be communicating on the second level, linebackers, corners, safeties. You got to be able to pass those off immediately. If not, you guys are picking each other off. Big play for the offense, so communication is the key.
There you go. Heard it from Barry Church himself. From Isaiah Stanback, I'm Kyle Yeomans. That does it for us here on Hit Sticks.